What's up? Hello, my ham friends and Morse code friends. Welcome back. It's Friday night. I'm sure everyone is out partying and having a great time, but except for these other guys on YouTube live streaming. Boop. Let's see. Let's look at some of my idols. Where are they? Oh, here we go. K1GMM. Oh, that's a TV. I never knew about this guy. I was like, I subscribed to him and I see he was live streaming all the time, but all I would ever see is the screen. But I actually watched him for a while, and he's pretty fun to watch. And his voice, he's good.
We'll catch you guys later. 7-3. Have a good evening. If the band straighten out tonight, who knows? I may just. There's not.
He's signing off. So
I'm gonna just launch
everyone, come over to mine.
Just run a stream.
Come on.
And, whatever. 72 feet long. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I changed the L.
But yeah, I like listening and watching some of his stuff. Who else do we got here? This is the guy who just nonstop streams his Flex Radio. There we go. I come in and there's nothing going on. Like, hello, Bueller. Oh, he's just listening to 268. And then Live Meteors. This is really cool. It's a live SDR that listens to I think it's a French TV station or a radio station. And you can hear meteor pings whenever there's meteors, but there's obviously no meteors right now. Otherwise you would hear Bing. Hello. It will be quick. I have business to attend to, and it's going great. Don't be sorry that you're missing my streams. Of course, I record them all, and you can watch them. I'm more power to you to watch old streams, because I couldn't watch my old streams. Honestly, they're just there because what I want to see is like a progression in my ability, a CW ability, and to prove to people like, okay, if I can do it, you can do it too. And here's how hard it is. And it's not easy. Like, it takes a lot of time, and I want to show you exactly how much time I put into it. Besides all the other bits of time that I put into it before, before I actually started doing this like full time, if you will. So let's do the N0SSC. I'm just going to go back to basics. I don't know why this is like that. Going to do 20 by 5. Submit. Jump right into it. Change all the camera settings and get my chat up. Hello, Shannon Estep. It's my middle name, Shannon. It's the S in SSC in my call sign. Oh, Blues are playing tonight. All right, calm down. Do not disturb. Let us CW. That was not a Z. Missing a bunch. Sure, you can hear the TV in the background too. I'm gonna close my door real quick. Cause I can hear it. You can probably hear it. 30%. That's probably one of my lowest starting ones, but I guess it's got complicated. I had a plateau earlier, and then it got past that. Now I'm hitting my like second plateau with this group of characters, and I kind of, if I look at my statistics, you can kind of see like I blew through a ton of lessons, and now like normally, why am I trying to point at the screen? And right here, you know, I haven't gotten through any lessons. So I got lucky a bunch of times, and now I'm reaping the consequences of, you know, not being so lucky and not actually knowing the code. But we'll get there. Nice, H5. Wasn't terrible. Just terrible enough. Just enough to enough terribleness. Just to not pass, but it's good. Keep drilling it. You'll get better. I'll get better. Maybe. I'm going to turn down that Morse a little bit. It's not a U. I had to sneeze, but I couldn't sneeze. I was too busy focusing on CW. Pen and paper. Maybe make a highlight out of that. Stroke W. I'm gonna critique Mike. IJ Mr. W 3 / HK9BT. About as good as me. I missed quite a bit there, but hello, Mike. Welcome back. And see, I fixed YouTube, so I don't have to go back and approve your spam. It's your spam. It's not spam. It's obviously you're trying to learn with me, but YouTube thinks it's spam. So I just made it to where you can say anything you want, and it won't stop you, including CW codes. But you can also say other things, and that's what worries me. But I don't think it's actually going to be a problem since there's only 3 to 5 to maybe 7 people if I do my marketing well. But I don't think I'm worried. If it happens, then I'll turn it back on and we'll say, stop decoding CW with me. It won't come through because people say dumb things. All right, enough talking. Man, keep like dwelling on. I want to start over. I keep dwelling on. I know what that is. Like I know what da 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 is, but I'm like, oh, what is it in my brain? But I can't just go. Come on, get out of my head, and then 3 more characters come, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's BT, like equal sign. Like, come on, why don't you do it faster? Come on, brain. That time it was okay. Got the last group perfect and the first group perfect, but everything else had an error in it. By just skipping letters, which is all right. It's still funny that we got through basically Q9 to H3 and then we're at 8, and it's like this is the plateau. This is the real thing. I wonder if it's like cooler if I put this camera over here. See more of my like face front on. Better lighting. Can't see the room and the YOTA flag though. Usually a cat sits on the other chair. Cats are always important in a video. That's how you get the views. See, I can remember it. Did it. 8. I always love the last ones. I also love it when I get 2 in a row because I'm like, what is it? What is it? Oh, it's 8. But I've already heard the second 8, so it's like boom, boom. 2s in a row are very handy. My statistics are going to crap, but I don't feel like what am I doing wrong here? So like, I think this was the first attempt of today. Wow. The real problem I'm having now today is just focus. If I'm focused and I'm tuned, like my brain perfectly, well, obviously not, like, but even in these like particular lessons, my brain perfectly knows, like, and understands these characters. And then the second I look up, maybe I see a chat, maybe I hear something like cats fighting again, have a random thought, intrusive thoughts happen to me all the time. Then I lose the train of thought, and it's hard to keep a record of the sound up until this point. For example, like da 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 da. if I hear a 3, I hear a dit, and then something key kicks off my train of thought, and I know I hear a da, but like it didn't get processed, but there was a sound, so I know it's not an S. At least but I didn't hear what was after the final dip, that sort of thing. So, and then the next character is run, and then the next character is run until I kind of reset and start from scratch. So, I think a lot of people say like that's a common thing. Let's try to like driving and doing Morse code. Oh, I do it for I do license plates and some billboards, like, but mostly license plates because they're kind of random. I guess obviously I have a I like to have random random characters because that's what I practice on. But if I'm doing like words, I'm pretty used to doing sending. Like, dang it, I keep forgetting my key. Today is the day I was telling myself to like put it together, but like turn on CWCOM and turn on the iambic paddle. And that's not the iambic paddle. And kind of show keyboard, mouse, iambic, dip memory. Oh, heck, go faster. Morse transmit 20. Oh, and exit signs too. I was thinking of like, what are the other things? Like billboards sometimes are too small and like words are too long, but like, let me see if I do like this, I can send that. Dang it. And the mouse is hard, so I'm blaming mostly the mouse, but like, so like I kind of get it. It's off the screen there. It might be. But if I come up with if I try to think of something like wait, what was my name again? Wait, that's not my name. I have to think a little harder about sending it. So, like today's weather was. I meant to send A, but I got L out of it somehow. TOD. TODLOKYs. Dang it. I don't know why it sent that. So it's like, A, I'm fighting this mouse. I need a real paddle. And B, like, I have to think about those characters a little harder. Like, today's weather was, how do you spell was, da-da-da-da-da. I have a key too. I should put one on my like shelf back here, but I don't have it hooked up. It's in my basement. Wonder if the keyboard will work better. Keyboard, transmit, Morse key, keyboard, joystick not configured, keyboard. I don't know why I can't do iambic on a keyboard. What have you used for sending practice, or for what kind of paddles do I have? Because I have answers to both of those. I'll do a quick thing. Sometimes when I get so focused, I'm like, oh, we're done already. What have I used for keyer? I think I've only ever used the keyer built into a radio. Like I got my first radio was a 767 GX, and I figured out how to plug in a key to it and basically just use 2 pieces of wire or 3 pieces of wire and literally tap them to the chassis of the radio. And then I found out, you know, you can make it ground, so I made like a little key out of, I don't know, just junk materials like paper clips and office materials. Like I made my first key was like a little, you know, 2 paper clips on a common ground that I did like this. It's been thrown away, and I don't have any pictures of it. This is like before the modern internet, before I even had DSL. Geez, and a working camera. So, I'm like young, but not that young. It's kind of crazy. And then my mom bought me a 746 after much pleading and begging. And that had an internal keyer. So I just used and it had, you know, iambic, and I just used that. I don't think I had anything for my computer. And the way that I learned the code sending was, I think, just reading the code sheet. Like, I read this, you know, thing over here, and I saw, okay, A is da, B is da, and then over time, I sent way more than I received. Like, I got good at sending, and I never got good at receiving. And so over time, I just built muscle memory. So I no longer really, I never have to refer to this. I just know, I know all the characters, how to send them, no problem, except for when I have to send them from memory. And I have done a straight key. I learned how to, you know, for good CW. I think, obviously, it was my first Morse code, and that goes as far back as like my little walkie-talkies with the button that has Morse code. It just sends like a continuous tone. So I learned off the sheet. Actually, the sheet was like on the radio. I wonder if I can even find a picture. Toy walkie-talkie with Morse. Pretty sure I got my niece like some of these. These might look familiar to kids who grew up in like the 80s, I think, 70s. I don't know, but it was very similar to this, except it had like a military camo like look to it. Probably something more like that. But these are Nerf. What the heck? I didn't know Nerf made. Ah, yes. No, not these. These are watches. Those are so silly. I'm clicking too much. It's like these, except they actually have the bottom to them and a Morse code button. They gotta be in here somewhere. No, but you get the idea. And so I learned kind of the basic Morse code off of that, but it wasn't really learning. It was just like reading off of the sheet on the walkie-talkie. And then I just had a sheet, a straight key, and I was able to send, like I would listen to the code tapes, and I would listen to real CW on the air using the 767, and then I just kind of stuck. I never really thought like I'm gonna learn Morse code like I did for the receiving part, or the listening part that I'm doing now. Only one regret in my life is I didn't learn Morse code earlier. I'm just kidding. So we're at 26 minutes. I still feel fresh, but I'm not doing very good. Still stuck on F. It's hard to shake that habit of, I know what that is, but why don't you just type it? Like, it's just a blockage. I don't know why the connection isn't really being made there. The one character that I can almost always get is period. Because it's so long. And maybe L because I'm so used to Elidas lit and I can't shake that habit. but those two characters are the only one where I have like this weird connection, and I'm trying to grow the connection to all the other characters, and that's definitely not going to come in the next month or so. But I did sign up for CW Academy. I got an email saying I'm signed up for the April-May session, so by that time, hopefully I got all the characters. I can do some of this like, to hell with it. Hey, I like it. Do code practice and word training, call sign, QTC, and Morse runner and that sort of thing. And then start either the second or third level of CW Academy, so I can have somebody like to talk to, and then also do on their real life QSOs with people like you watching me right now, Mike and KB9CFH, and temporary offline if he's around, Steve. It's an extra practice, group practice, letters you have learned. Throw every pro sign every once in a while, so many rounds. Gradually added pro signs in the numbers. It's kind of what this is doing, though. I would argue. Except it has all the confusing stuff. So you're saying learn the letters harder and the pro signs less so. Because pro signs are really like, if you hear da 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 or like da 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 AR or KN or pro sign, it's obviously not a word or a character, so it's not a part of like a word. So I see what you're saying. To kind of get rid of the symbols and toss them in with numbers, but mostly letters. That's a good idea. Letters. We still haven't learned these, even though I know them. B, C, D, X, da, da, da. And C, of course. I hate that C comes so late because everyone learns C cube like before they can walk. To do some letters. 5 fixed. Groups. No numbers, just letters. Yeah. 5. Oops. What? It felt good. Hey, 10% errors, not bad. Let's throw me all off with a quick lesson. Is this the first 30-minute session where I haven't passed a whole lesson? What's this world coming to? But I think I will leave it at that. Excuse me. The bubbly is coming back. I think we'll call it a day in terms of Morse code. Learning tomorrow and Sunday will probably be break time. So I won't be doing lessons on Saturday or Sunday. Streaming them at least. I might pull up my my phone and do some stuff. Which, by the way, I found not a bad paddle emulator. It's called Morse Key. And it literally just looks like this. How do I get that one? I have to unmute it. There's straight key mode and iambic mode. Let's go to 20. Where's the camera? It's very quiet, might be, but yeah. You can read the thing. Oh. What? I obviously have to work on like how long I hold down that for like C's and stuff, but I don't know. Statistics is a really hard word to send in Morse code. All right. I'll take your advice, KB9CFH. I'm going to call you by your name, Mr. CFH. James, if you don't mind. I will do that, and I will come back to you with my report and homework on Monday, more than likely, because the Super Bowl is Sunday and the tomorrow night is our friend's game night. So I will be back sooner or later, probably Monday at 7 p.m. as always. Thanks for sticking around with me, guys. Jim, good to meet you. And we'll see you on Monday. 73, thanks. And I'll be remiss if I forget to say this. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe and ring that bell. And now I'm a real YouTuber. All right. 73, everyone.